I believe in Tallulin. I believe in Tallulin. I mean, listen, this crowd is just not great. The Brazil crowds are just super disrespectful, man. Do a beta crowds video. There's just not many beta crowd. Well, honestly, the American crowds would be at the top of the heap for that one. The US crowds suck too. New York has some pretty good crowds, Madison Square Garden, but for the most part, Vegas, like American crowd reactions suck. Let's be honest. They absolutely suck compared to France, compared to Australia, even any of the Asian countries, Korea. American crowds are trash, bro. They have no passion. They're spoiled as hell. I wish that America actually had good crowds. Even when Colby fights, bro, like half the people boo him when he's repping the country. Like it's just it pisses me off, honestly. I wish we had better crowds. Boston crowd is brutal but funny. Yeah. At least the Boston crowd had some energy though. Like I like the energy that they had. But yeah, they were pretty brutal saying fuck you, Aljo. Miami's pretty good. I don't know, man. I don't think Miami was that great either. I don't remember any great American crowds. Like Connor Habib should have been way crazier than it was with the crowd. Like Pereira knocking out Adesanya at MSG, there was hardly any crowd reaction, dude. The best crowds ever are in France. The Australia crowd is pretty good. UK crowd is good. UK crowd is good. Russia crowd would probably be lit. Slushai Vasily. I don't know, man. The Russians are pretty they're not that wild. They're not that rowdy. Their crowds would be like, they'd be decent. Canada has never cheered. Honestly, the Canada crowd wasn't bad. The Canada crowd was pretty decent. Usually those countries that you expect a soyish crowd from usually have pretty good crowds though. Italy would have a great, yeah, any European crowd would be amazing just because they have like the football culture there. And they have all these really good chants and they have a really good sports culture. Russians aren't rowdy. I'm just saying like a Russian crowd, I wouldn't expect it to be that rowdy. Russia would be more aligned with like, Japan or China. They're knowledgeable. Yeah. The Chinese crowds are knowledgeable. That's the thing about these Asian crowds. Everyone says they're so knowledgeable about the sport. Why? Because they clap like this instead of fucking, hoot and holler. I've chuckled, I've laughed, I've hooted, I've hollered. Is that why? Nah, but like I get it. I get it though. They cheer for grappling. They cheer for grappling. But these MMA fans, they're out here acting like the fucking there's a hundred geniuses in every section. But no, that's funny as hell though. They do have good crowds in Asia. They have a better crowd than they do in the US. They have a better crowd, and that Korea crowd was great for TKZ. The Abu Dhabi crowd sounds like a library. Yeah, like if it's not Makhachev getting the dub, the Abu Dhabi crowd's pretty mediocre too. And a lot of it is because there's so many sheiks and just rich billionaires there that they're not even that hyped about the fights, bro. There's not even that many hardcore fans. I mean, there are probably a lot, but I don't think the Abu Dhabi Etihad Arena houses that many people. So I think there's like a large percentage of that crowd that's just a bunch of rich guys that are just there because it's like, they want to hang out with their buddies or whatnot. Some of the Russian crowd are actual fighters. Yeah, a lot of them, I bet. Asian crowds appreciate the sport more though. Yeah. I mean, I guess they definitely do a lot of oohing and awing for the grappling exchanges, if that's what you mean. But I do understand what you're saying. I do understand what you're saying. They do appreciate it a little bit more. American crowds are just so spoiled, bro. I hate American crowds, dude. Honestly, the more that I think about it, because our country has so many great things to cheer for. We have so many great athletes, but our crowds, they're so lame. I stood up and look at me now.